So we can see here that May, she's very sweet, but she's also very anxious. We can tell that by her pacing back and forth. Her tail's kind of doing this slow wag back and forth type thing. We see how she's panting, her ears are perked up, and she's almost has anxiety. You could almost, if you literally stand next to her and kind of tone in with her, you could almost feel her anxiety, right? So what we want to do is we want to let her know that, hey, I would love to bring you out. We're going to get going here in a moment, but I need you to calm down just a little bit before I can enter. And this is going to really help the dogs feel more relaxed, because they're going to feel like, okay, this person that has this leash in my hand that's letting me out is in control of a situation. And so it doesn't matter if the dog's, you know, like May, a little nervous, or if you have a dog that's very scared, you always want to remember that you are having the control of the situation with the dog so that they feel more comfortable. Okay, so keep in mind, this is a trigger for a dog. And what I mean by that, the sound. So this is going to be lifting up. They're going to hear that and they're going to think, all right, it's time to party, let's go, you know. But again, we're trying to instill calm into them. So what I recommend is opening this up like so. Again, notice how I'm standing to the side of the dog. I'm standing to the side of the kennel. I'm just going to open that up, and I'm going to use this. Now these kennels go out as opposed to some kennels will go in. So with that being said, you got to be even more cautious when entering. So the way that looks is, if you could even get the dog to go back there, that's even better. But 9 times out of 10, the dog's going to be right here waiting for you to open the door. So again, now we open it up. We have our slip lead ready. We wait for her to be calm, and then we can go ahead and enter, keeping her back. Once entering, of course, make sure to watch your hands, your fingers, and close the gate right away. And then I recommend just kind of standing here for a moment. From there, what you can do is kind of watch what the dog's doing. This is going to make the dog calm down and see. Even, I didn't tell her to sit, but she just offered to sit. That's because she's understanding that, okay, if I'm going to go ahead and go out, I need to relax, I need to be good, and then she's going to let me out. Okay? So once going out, you're going to want to realize that, again, here's that sound, and see exactly what May does is she immediately puts her nose and her muzzle in this direction. But if I let her know and make her understand that, no, I want you to stay away from the door so that I can successfully at least try to go out first, then she's going to feel much more comfortable with me controlling her environment as well as mine. Okay, so here we go. So again, see how I just very light as a feather move my leg ever so slightly towards her space. There's no abruption, there's no moving. You definitely don't ever want to corner a dog, but just letting her know ever so slightly, I'm going to go ahead and open this door, right? And then we can proceed out together, or she could be behind me. And see how much more calmer that is as opposed to this. And that goes for entering and exiting, that's the best way, as opposed to this. Well, she's so perfect she didn't do it, but as opposed to a dog bolting out, right?
Right.
And then she's so great, you could just kind of, let's go, enter, exit. And this is a really great calm dog because you have just taken away her stress and anxiety by doing that simple trick. So when you have a very excited dog, it's best, if you can, to just stand here for just a moment, turn to the side, and wait for her to calm down a little bit. I know that's easier said than done. We could be here all day in the hot sun waiting for her, right? But also keep in mind what you can do is you really want to wait for all 4 paws to be on the ground. Hold this like so, and what you can see here is that even calms her down a little bit because she knows she's going to come out. So you can open it ever so slightly and really hold on to this in case she tries to escape. But you can open it so slightly, and the second a puppy, which has an attention span of like a gnat, we really want to remember that we're going to go in as soon as she looks like this with 4 paws on the ground. Okay? Look at that. She's even sitting. That's wonderful. Very good. Once in the kennel, you can see she's ready to go out. She's doing great. She's even sitting, even without me asking. That's perfect. So then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did over there. Just get my body right in front of her and make her understand, even as a young puppy, she needs to be behind me when we're ready to go out the gate. You can even move into her like so if need be. That's going to apply a little bit of spatial pressure, and you see how she sits right away, because dogs and horses, they bump each other, they move each other, they step into each other's space, and that's how they communicate. So that's what we're doing with Sheba here. Again, you can open this up if you'd like. That way she understands, no, we're not going anywhere until you relax. Good. Good girl. Very good job. Okay, perfect. So when we get to the yard, and keep in mind, you know, whether it's this yard, the dog play runs over there, what always tends to happen is going to be a bunch of dogs are barking, people are talking, there's a lot going on and so forth. It's not generally as calm as this. So that really excites the dogs even more. So we can see here that Kit's raring to go inside the agility yard. But again, we want to set a calm approach. We want her to know that, hey, we're going to have a lot of fun in here, but we want you to relax before you enter or exit a yard, enter or exit a kennel, and so forth. And this will really, really, really help for the adoption process too. A lot of things that people like to have and people like to know is that a dog will not run away if they open up that door. They open up their back door, their front door, or anything along those lines. So this is really good practice to help teach any dog. So the way can you see me, Amy? Is that okay? Okay. So the way this will work, again, we hear that sound. It's a trigger. We see she's raring to go, right? But we're going to treat this just like that kennel over there. So I'm going to go ahead and just move her to the side ever so slightly, just like light as a feather. I'm going to step in towards her. I'm not going to do any pulling on the leash. I'm just going to use my body language to step towards Kit to make her understand that I'm going to go in and out of this doorway, threshold, kennel gate, whatever you're using at the time first. Okay, so here we go. And see, she respects my space, I respect her space, and then we can proceed. Excellent job. Now from there, you could even do a couple of rounds. You can go in and out, but the idea is dogs need a leader, period. Dogs need someone to follow. And that's just kind of what we're creating here. See, she's much more relaxed. That's what we want. Very good. Good girl. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to put on the PetSafe Easy Walk dog harness. Best way to remember this is going to be, we always want the opposite color to clip on the belly strap, so right behind the dog's legs. We can see May here is really excited to wear it. She probably knows she's going to be going for a walk. So we always remember the O-ring, chest to chest, goes on the dog first. Okay? So Gabby here is going to go ahead and demonstrate how to put this on. Very good. We always want to do our best. We can see we're working with a really sweet dog here. We always want to do our best to remember that we are in a dog space when we're putting this on. So we want to move our face away the best we can while we're still getting the dog to comply. Then from there, we're just going to go ahead and take both O-rings of each clip here on the martingale and on the Easy Walk harness and clip those together. That way, when May walks around with Gabby, go ahead and walk when you're ready. Perfect. That will help work with the opposition reflex to really kind of stop a lot of pulling, turn the body, and work much better with Gabby. Great job, you guys. Looking good. Good girl. Okay. So dogs, you know, they're real big on space. They claim space, they take space, they're all up in our space. So when working with any new dog, we really want to be mindful of giving them their space and also making sure that we give them their space and they give us our space. Very good. Okay, so right now I just put a few little treats here just to get Snickerdoodle used to the board. We can see he really likes to hang out on the board. He'd probably be a really good candidate for nose work, which is something we can do at some point, just kind of sniffing through boxes to find a certain treat. That's really big for mental stimulation. Okay, good boy. So now he's getting acquainted with me, he's smelling me, he's checking me out. This is good. When a dog finally calms down and uses his nose, that's even better because that's showing that he's starting to be more relaxed, taking a few treats. That's great. A lot of times you'll find that dogs that are really scared, really nervous will not even take treats because they're nervous, they're scared, and so forth. Okay, so now let's see if we can get somewhere with him. Good. We see that he just even relaxed more on his own. He sat down. That's great. Using his nose. There's that eye contact. That's going to be released to say, let's go. Very, very slightly. No harsh tugs on the leashes. Just moving him. And again, all this is a calming exercise to teach him to follow you. You see how light this touch is on the leash, and then right back to place. Place. Very good. Then right back to here. Remember, we don't want him to take a step off the place board until he gives us that natural eye contact, and then we can move again. Now I want to point out a couple things here. He just did a yawn. Well, we know it's morning time. He's probably a little tired. But when a dog yawns, or when a dog shakes off like he just had a bath, those are called calming signals. So calming signals are kind of like if you or I were to have a massage, a facial, back in the day, right? That's recharging our batteries, that's starting over. So what Snickerdoodle is doing here is definitely what we want. He's calming down, he's relaxed, he's saying, you know, it's a beautiful day, I'm just going to hang out here. And when he puts his body down, that's his body relaxed. When he puts his head down like this, that means his mind is relaxing. So this is great. So this is what I've been waiting for all day, guys. This is what I've been wanting all day from every other dog. There's that yawn again. But this is a great dog here. This is a dog that is happy to be out, happy to work, loving life, and really taking direction in a positive way. Okay, very good. Now, if he is also not the type of dog that I would recommend going up to and being, you know, saying, oh, boopy, 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 cookie, cookie, gaga, you know, and right in his face. Because what that's going to do is that's going to really set him back in a lot of ways. This is the type of dog that just wants to have that calm demeanor around him. Okay? So here we go. Let's keep him going here. So there's that eye contact. I have him move with me. Notice he's following to the side or behind me. That's important. Very light touch on this leash. And then look at this. He already knows where to go. We're going right back to the place board. He knows it. I say place. Place. Good. And then I go right back to where I started from. Good boy, look at that. He offers a sit. That's even better. And notice I didn't tell him to sit, did I? He just does it. And that is a dog that has perfect compliance, and that's exactly what we want. When we're ready, go ahead and start walking in this direction. And just naturally walk back and forth a couple of times. Very good. Keeping her to your left-hand side. Yep. It's okay. You're doing perfect. Very good. Just naturally walk her back and forth. Very good. Now we'll start to do some figure eights here. So go ahead and turn into your left and turn in to May. And just move right around in a full circle. There you go. And then go ahead and turn to your right, turning away from May. Very good. Okay. And then again, turn into her. Good job. Turn to your right and turn away from her. Very good. So this is really helping May settle down. And the idea is for her to understand that wherever you go, she needs to go. And be right next to you in compliance. Looking great.